Welcome to the Freemium Starter Kit How-To UI. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to recreate some of the UI visual effects that you see in the various demos. This will also serve as a great demonstration of how the UI Manager can be used to handle opening, stacking, and closing UI windows. At this point, I have created a new Unity project, installed the Freemium Starter Kit, and gone through the one-time setup. So now we are ready to build the demonstration. We'll start by using the Screen Builder to create the base of our UI. Open the UI in the editor, and we have the default elements that are populated into our UI. You may use them by altering them to meet your needs or delete them and create your own. I am just going to alter these. I'm going to add a background image because that will make it easier to visualize what is going on with the animations. Now let's set up some visual effects. So let's have this window slide down from the top when we open it. And when we close it, we're going to slide it off to the bottom. It's complete, so we can go back to the screen builder and generate the code. Script file has been generated, and in just a second, Unity is going to recognize there's a new script file and recompile. There it goes. I'm just going to continue on with editing the new windows. So let's make this window pop into existence and make it pop out of existence when closed. Also, while it's opening, let's have it shake a little bit. Okay, generated the source file for window 2. And now we can start creating window 3. So for this window, let's slide in from the right and slide out to the left. And while it's open, it's going to pulse a bit. Generate the source. And one last window. And generate our last script file. All right, so let's add in some code to make all of this work. The very first thing we have to do is assign a start screen. This is an example of what that would look like, so it can just copy it. And it's not actually called Start Screen. We're going to go with Window 1. And that's going to open our base window. Let's go into the code for Window 1. And scroll to, these are the click events for the buttons we created. So for the next window, I want to simply open the new window. From window 1, we will open window 2. So from the global manager, we want to do screens, and then we want to push a new screen onto the stack. So the freemium controller is going to automatically create a new instance of window 1. And from window 1, we're creating a new instance of window 2. And when we close window 1, we just want to close. So the simplest way to do this is to, if we follow the same pattern, global manager dot screen dot close screen, and that will simply close window 1. A more advanced way to do it that gives you a few more options is this. Close action, and with close action you get to pass it a flag saying why it's being closed. So in this case, we're going to say the cancel button was clicked. And so what happens is when you call close action, that will fire off all of the close events, especially this one on close action. And in here, you can go in and test for, so you can have, multiple different places calling close action with different flags. And you can go in here, and if you're, for instance, if the flag for close was cancel, then you can just cancel what you're doing and close. But if it's for like okay, then you can save to the database or a number of other things. And what this allows you to do is link things together. For instance, you may have a close button, but on Android there's a hardware back button, and so you can intercept that and have it act the same as the close, or I'm sorry, you can have it act the same as the cancel. Or if you have something else that automatically closes windows, then you can intercept it here and make your decisions if you want to save or move on. All right, let's go to window 2. Scroll down to our next click event, and we're going to do the same thing. New instance of window 3. For the close event on window 2, we're actually going to do something interesting. This one is also going to open window 3. But as it says, we're going to pop all the windows on the current stack and then open 3. So what's going to happen is when you click the close event on window 2, it's going to close window 1, and it's going to close window 2, and then it's going to open window 3. This might be useful if you're going several UI screens down and you need to just back out of all of them at once instead of allowing the player to back out one at a time. So let's go look at window 3 and scroll down to our on-click events. We're going to push window 4 onto the stack. And with window 3, we are simply going to just remove this window from existence when we close it. And what that will do is this window will be instantly terminated. You will not get any firing events. It will just be thrown away. Let's go to window 4. From window 4, we're going to wrap around and create a new instance of window 1. If we just go directly through the stack, then at this point, window 1 will be open. And calling this will create a new instance of window 1. So there will be 2 instances of window 1 running at this point. And I'll be able to demonstrate how you can go forward with that when I run the program. In screen 3 on the close event, we just pop that screen off of the stack. In this case, we're actually going to pop several screens off of the stack. So right now, if we're just doing next on each one, we've got window 1, window 2, window 3, and window 4 open. So I'm going to say pop the top 2 screens off the stack. And so that's going to make window 4 and window 3 disappear, and we'll be back to window 2. Back in Unity, we are just waiting for it to compile. Now we can switch over to the demo game. I added a simple text field here so that you could see where the base scene was and to help demonstrate the windows stacking on top. Let's run our demonstration. Okay, so the first window, as we set, slid in from the top. So we do next. And now the second window has popped up. You'll notice that the background grayed out. And the first window is still there, but in the background. Also, if you'll recall, we set window 2 to shake a little bit. So we do next. And window 2 is still in the background, faded out like window 1 was, and window 3 slid in as we set it to do. Let's go ahead and open window 4. Window 4 popped in or faded into existence and push window 3 to the background. So that's just a simple run through, but now let's walk through looking at some of the close options and the way the windows will rearrange themselves. So if you'll recall, window 4 will pop the top 2 windows off the stack. So window 4 and window 3 will vanish and window 2 will be there. And window 2, if I close window 2, it will close window 2 and window 1 and open a new instance of window 3. So we went all the way back down to the bare scene, and now we've opened window 3. So from here, I can open window 4 again, and you'll notice that window 3, now that it's in the background, has stopped animating. So from window 4, I click next, and that, if you'll recall, wraps back around to window 1. And this point, it will move through the windows just like we did before. And again, I pop window 3 off the stack, and it goes back down to 2. You can't see here, but the original Windows 2 and 3 from the first loop are still there. So we could, let's see. Well, Windows 2, if we close window 2, it's going to close all of them and take us back to window 3. Let's do that. Now in this case, if we open up Windows 4 and this loops back around to window 1, or if we close window 1, it takes us right back to window 4. All right, that is it for the demonstration.